All right, guys. Welcome to episode 3 of the Broke Boi Podcast. You're tuned in with Juan, Ernesto, Noah, and Ben. Say what's up, guys.
Hello.
What's up?
Now, as y'all may have heard or have seen, our second episode was a bit long. We apologize for that. We don't want to do that anymore, or we try to prevent from doing that stuff. But right now, we have a variety of stuff to talk about. I don't know who wants to take the lead right now, but go ahead.
Yeah. However, before we get into discussion, we do have a word from our sponsor.
So speaking of podcasts, this episode is brought to you by Anchor. If you have ever wanted to create a podcast either by yourself or with friends, I can't recommend Anchor enough. If us broke boys could do it, then so can you. It's completely free. It's got a user-friendly editing software, and not only that, but it's accessible on both the computer and mobile through the Anchor app. It will also distribute your podcast across various platforms, including Apple Podcasts and Spotify. So download the free Anchor app today or go to anchor.fm to get started. And that concludes this advertisement.
Nice.
All right.
Nice. Did that in one.
Go ahead.
We did give a few previews of what we'd be talking about in this episode in the end of last episode. Some of those were like musical topics, class topics, and like a few more projects that we did. So we can go ahead and start with the best and worst classes we've ever taken.
But let's establish it. Do we talk about all of our high school life, like including the high school classes or college classes, or just high school first and then we talk about college?
I think splitting them would make it slightly more interesting because I know there's a couple teachers that I despise compared to all the others in high school. And then there's a couple others that I despise in college that I didn't really have issues with until then. So I think, splitting them would probably be the way to go.
What do the rest of y'all say?
I do definitely want to talk about both. I mean, we can split it up from high school and like just early college classes, or we can do high school and then early college classes and then college classes now, if you want.
I mean, sure.
Our high school was early college, man.
I know, but I mean like the community college classes or the high school classes.
No, it's up to y'all.
All right, well, I guess I'll start. For the worst class, high school wise, biology. As y'all heard last episode, the Miss B did not teach us anything. We were just her lab rats. She wouldn't teach us. She just said, pre-test. Here's your project. Now here's the test. What was the test about? We don't know because she didn't teach us. But the best high school class, I would say that it was from Mr. Loaf, our chemistry teacher. That man was basically our age. He made the class fun.
Shout out to Loaf.
Man was a child.
He was as old as us, and he was teaching us.
That man came to class one day.
Bro, don't put. Oh my.
No, Juan out here snitching again.
Bro,
Damn.
don't say
already.
that. All right, we're gonna edit
Cut that out.
That's gonna be edited out. Bro, you snitch. Oh my god, why would you put that on record like that?
Damn.
No one else is gonna know about it except us, but still.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, it is fucked up.
All right, everybody be quiet. Keep going, Juan.
All right, but
You be quiet.
he was a funny teacher. He basically, whenever we had like, I don't know, like some social problems, he would listen to us. He would relate like to some things that we were going through. Like Ernesto, he was having some problems with his math college classes, and Loaf was like, I know the struggle. I know the struggle.
Juan fought his parents on the occasion, so Loaf would Loaf would tell him that he also fought his parents.
But then he would also tell me, I don't think fighting is the best choice. But did you win though?
Oh
How
my
many
god.
teeth were lost in this process?
How many new holes are in your house now?
Oh my god.
I guess we'll just go with high school for right now. Then we'll go to college.
Yeah.
So my least favorite was probably, honestly, Math 1. Because
Because your brain capacity is that of a rock.
no, because I actually, whenever we first came into early college, I actually wanted to be an engineer because, like, I was actually good at math and stuff. But our Math 1 teacher, I honestly didn't really like how they taught, so that really made me reconsider wanting to be an engineer, because I was like, there's gonna be so many math classes I'm gonna have to take, and so many different teachers that I probably won't like their teaching style. So
You got that.
I dropped that immediately, like Math 1 freshman year, out the window. Engineering gone. But my favorite class would honestly probably be I can't remember the name. I think it was like the ancient civilization class we took with Mr. J, or whatever the first history class we took with him was. I can't remember, but
Was it
No, we're in
World
high school,
Civ?
right?
Was it
the
World Civ?
It was World
it
Civ.
was
Yeah.
World Civ, yeah, because his projects were actually pretty cool, because we'd had the zombie apocalypse project in that class, and then we also had to build our own civilization, and I built mine on Minecraft. Like that was dope, bro.
Bro, speaking of that zombie project, because you just reminded me, what countries did y'all get?
I got Zimbabwe, bruh. They have
Wait.
nothing. Like their military is non-existent. Like I had nothing to work with. I had to
Me and
go
Juan
to
both worked on
Madagascar
that
for my escape plan.
I remember.
Bro,
sitting there
me
in
and
that
Juan did the same thing.
presentation. I remember sitting there through that presentation, just listening to Ben talking about how, yeah, so we're just gonna take all the people and put them over here.
What country did you get, Noah?
I think I got like. Honestly, I don't remember. I think it might have been like the Philippines or something like that, but I genuinely don't know.
Really?
Yeah, and I remember because what's her face?
Name. Careful.
I know. I think y'all know who I'm talking about. What should I refer to her as? We'll call her the freaky one.
There's a
No,
lot of them.
no.
Knowing you know,
What?
there's quite a few of them.
Dang, I can't think of a code name that's covert without it being like.
There. That's fine.
Um,
That's fine. Just make it vague. It's okay.
but you could probably y'all would, if given enough guesses, y'all would probably figure it out.
Just type in the chat.
Yeah, her name starts with a D. We'll just go with that.
Oh, we know who then. Should you said
And
that?
basically, that whole project was a mess because it ended up being really awkward because we broke up like 2-3 weeks after that. So it was like we got like nothing done for that
Oh,
project,
my
and
God.
I ended up soloing it. So
What the heck?
I basically did the entire project myself and presented it almost entirely myself, and that was tough, man.
What the heck? I remember me and Juan worked on that project together. We got Kenya,
Kenya.
right? We did the
Yeah.
same thing you did, Ben. We invaded Madagascar.
Really?
Yeah, Kenya's
'cause
military is probably bigger than Zimbabwe's.
It's an
So we
island,
were,
so like that was the easiest bet to like be safe.
zombies can't cross water
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, they
unless
totally
they're on the
can.
boat.
But then again, their arms just gonna fall off. Like they can't navigate. They can't navigate. Yeah.
They'll just
they don't have the brain capacity to navigate.
I'm sure you know exactly what it's like not having brain
Oh, brain
capacity.
capacity. You're not gonna spell it?
No, I'm just gonna pull Juan.
Oh my god. What was that? Huh?
Spell
some assholes.
hemoglobin.
Or spell hemoglobin.
Is that even a word?
You spell it.
Oh.
I know
It's a
you.
turn.
Hemoglobin? It's a medical term.
Four.
He
It's
said spell it. He said spell it.
HEMOGLO. Goblin. Shut up.
Hemogoblin.
All right, but
It's Ernesto's turn.
Yeah, Ernesto. What's your favorite class and worst class?
Bro, worst class by far English 4. That class is ass. That class should never exist.
Which
I
class?
mean, it wasn't too bad though because we were all in the same class except
It
for
was
Juan.
ass, bro.
Me,
I hate
me and Miguel.
English courses so much.
Excuse me, I take offense to that, but
Good. I'm glad. Everyone's gonna hate your class when you're a teacher. I'm sorry. I can't. I hate English courses.
I feel that.
but then willingly does calculus. I just don't understand.
Yeah? Yeah.
And then complains about it.
I no longer complain about calculus. I've
That
ascended.
is a blatant lie. You did it yesterday.
Not a calculus. I'm not. I finished calculus already. I have no need to do it.
What was it? Economics?
What are you complaining about this?
Economics, yeah. I complain about economics, statistics, and
That's what it was. Constantly. Yeah, it's the statics and statistics that we always hear about because didn't you like shoot a picture to us once of like what your normal homework sheet and like notes in class look like? And it was just like a whole bunch of letters and equations and I didn't even know where to start.
I think that was statics.
And it made me very uncomfortable if I'm being real with you.
But no, yeah, back on topic. English 4, definitely. Like it was fun, yeah, but like I don't think I did any of the assignments because I just found
Facts.
no value in doing them. It's such a filler class. It's so stupid. I only showed up for like attendance, but like I didn't want to. I
Yeah,
was
the biggest part of that class was the capstone, and like that made up basically 80% of your grade.
I BS that so hard.
Was that
I'm so sorry to everyone who's actually tried on the capstone. If any of you,
Yeah, dude, I did mine the last week.
Same
yeah,
here.
Like
I did
Miss
mine
R
last
was so mad at me because I had nothing to do whenever we were hitting the checkpoints, and I had like a picture of me sitting with my computer. That was it for the entire time. She was like, "You need more work." And in the last week, I did it all.
Y'all remember when y'all helped me get all those pictures like 30 minutes before the presentation?
Dude, I did the same. I went to the tallest dude, well, the second tallest. I don't know, the skinny one, but white dude, skinny white tall dude. Do you guys know who I'm talking about?
I think I know who you're talking about.
But
Yeah.
I went and he was presenting his project to a group of freshmen, and I was like, "Yo, can I change the first slide on your presentation real quick to my name and stuff, and act like I'm presenting mine to them?" And he was like, "Yeah, go ahead." And I did that, and I took some pictures, and that was part of my presentation.
Bro,
Yeah.
again, sorry to everyone who actually tried on that project, but like it's kind of too easy to BS. Should have never made that class to begin with, but that's another story.
Yeah, because let's see. The capstone presentation. Wait, was English 4 also the class where we wrote that story?
Yep,
It was.
It was.
Probably.
we'll get into that in a little bit.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
Wait,
in a
no,
little bit.
was it? Was it English 3?
No, it was English 4.
It was English 4. That's why I said. That's why I was like asking questions because English 4 was great simply because we got to goof off, and the only actual thing we had to do was
Wait, what
literally
year?
the capstone presentation.
Were we seniors or were we super seniors?
Seniors.
Seniors.
Seniors, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Timelines match up.
Yeah.
I was
And
matching
then,
up timelines.
what is it for me? Honestly,
I never said my favorite.
Wait, he never said his favorite.
yeah.
Oh, my favorite class was drafting, because all I did was design buildings and
I don't
stuff.
think that is a high school class there, bud.
Oh, high school. That's right. Bro, high school. I'm gonna have to go with. Well, it's a tie between chem with loaf or math 3. Well, almost said it. I almost said it.
They're in the trees.
The Vietnam vet. Math 3 with Vietnam vet was pretty dope too, because I would make constant Vietnam jokes. He's not old enough to be a Vietnam vet, but he looks like one.
Just call him Rambo.
He would always his timer for class 10 was down with the sickness. No. It was chop
Bro.
suey. It was chop suey.
Chop suey, yeah.
It was chop suey. But yeah, Rambo, Math 3 with Rambo was pretty dope. He made it pretty fun because he was loud.
Yeah, he was a cooler math teacher in my opinion.
Yeah.
Bro, I remember in our math 3 class, he dissed the annoying girl H.
Oh yeah, I remember. I know who you're talking about.
She was like, "I did it this way." She was like, "I don't care if you did it that way. I told you to do it this way, so you're getting it wrong no matter what." But it's I don't give a
But,
no mercy.
That is wild.
yeah, so it'll be between him and Loaf, because Loaf was. I always made fun of him, and he couldn't do anything about it. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah,
Loaf.
wasn't he like almost your height?
He was, and on a one-on-one fight, I could probably take him.
I doubt it. I mean, this is the war, bro.
No, not Rambo. No, not Rambo. Talk about Loaf.
Oh, gotcha.
No, yeah, Rambo, guerrilla tactics.
He'd probably punch through a brick wall if he really wanted to, if I'm being honest.
I think so. I think he definitely holds back his power levels.
That's
Otherwise,
why in his classroom there was 2 doors on each side, so he had a quick escape.
So we have a quick escape.
No. So he could like leave through one side and then go back around the other side and take everybody out.
But,
no, what was yours?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my least favorite. Honestly, probably round table.
Really?
I hated that class.
That was actually my favorite English class.
I
That was
loathed.
my favorite English class too.
I loathed that class.
Actually, no, English. It's a tie between round table and English one.
Because for me, it was like, it felt all too much just like busy work. And for someone who is an English major, it's kind of like, dang, really great English course when I'm learning absolutely
Hey, bro,
nothing.
weren't you just complaining about your poetry class today at work?
Poetry is not actually.
What did
I
you
do
say?
believe Miss R said that that was the whole point of roundtable, just
Yeah.
busy work.
I
She
know.
literally said it.
But I mean, like, it was like, I don't know, that class was just fun to me because of like all the topics that we actually did talk about though throughout it. Because that was the one where we had the controversial
Lion
debate and stuff like that.
Yeah, but it's kind of like Ernesto was saying. It's kind of like a toss-up for me for worst between roundtable and, funnily enough, Ernesto's favorite, Math 3 with Rambo. Do not get along, and it's mostly my fault.
What
You never did your work.
Rambo?
It's not about what I did to Rambo. It's about how I did work.
All you gotta do was turn in assignments, bro.
See, the issue is that I am inherently bad at math.
Oh my god.
And Rambo was under the impression that there's no such thing as math people. He's given everyone that speech. There's not math people. There's just people who don't try hard enough. And I'm like, well, I guess I'm just stupid. So yeah, me and him didn't get along because my brain does not like to process math at all. And he is like, you just need to study more. And I'm like, but it's not about the studying, it's about the application. I can recite to you any of this, like the thesis and everything that you've given us, and pretty much any of the equations you've given us from memory, but I can't apply them because I don't know how the steps actually apply themselves. So I hated it because he inherently believed that I was just lazy, when in actuality, I was lazy and stupid.
A double whammy.
At least you owned up to it.
But yeah, favorite, honestly, probably English 4. Because
Whack.
not gonna dog
Whack.
as
Fucking
much.
nerd.
Whack.
Oh,
We
no,
were
it's
all
not-
in that class.
It's not even for the content. It's literally not even for the content of the actual class. It's simply because they made the absolute terrible decision to basically put all of us in one class and then expected us to write a coherent story.
I will admit that story was a highlight. Definitely.
It turned out pretty good. Even
That
though
class had so many memes, dog, that between our friend group and so many inside jokes. Some of which we will address later on in this podcast. But yeah. English 4 honestly was just fun simply because pretty much everyone in our friend group aside from like
Juan
Ooh.
and Miguel.
yeah.
Me and Miguel.
Yeah, everyone aside from just you guys was in that, and we basically just goofed off the entire time and then proceeded to still get A's in the class. So they couldn't even be mad at us.
Yep. I never read a page of the Scarlet Letter to this day.
Dude, I didn't read it either. I
I
didn't
don't
read
what that
any
book was
book.
about.
I opened the book and then Spark Notes.
That's what I did.
Spark Notes is your friend in high school.
I still use SparkNotes, not gonna lie.
Well,
I have no need for Spartan. I'm no longer taking English courses.
I have one more.
is there a
I do
Spark
have to
Notes?
use.
Math?
No, no. It's called Chegg.
It's called Course Hero.
Whack.
I don't think you
Course
want
Hero.
to I don't think you want to admit to that. I think you should edit that part out, bro.
You don't have to take math classes.
I think you should edit
What?
that part out.
Wait, what happened?
Chegg and Course Hero are basically the same thing, dog. Calm down, Ben.
Exactly.
They're not.
They give you answers. That's what I'm saying.
No,
Yeah,
they're
hey.
helpful study guides.
Their study guide's already filled in.
If y'all want free homework help, there's Slater.com. Y'all should use that. That's good for math stuff. Oh, y'all math people.
Slavery.com.
Slater. No, I don't condone slavery. You do.
Only of small animals,
And little children.
like children.
Oh my god.
There, he admitted it. He admitted it. He admitted it. He
It's
denied
on the
it.
record.
He
On the
admitted
record.
Again, it's a joke. We talked about this last time. I
Caught
do
in
not
3D audio,
condone
bro.
and say it was
He admitted it. I'm not editing
only
it.
small animals.
It was
It's not
raw.
being edited out.
But,
Ernesto's gonna edit out.
all right.
everything.
all right, Juan. Community college classes. Best and worst.
College class. The worst one.
I know already. I already know what he's about to complain about, bro. Oh my god.
All right, you might as well say it then.
You say it. It's your choice.
All right. Intro to engineering,
I
bro.
fucking knew it.
Hated that fucking teacher, man. First year I took it, I just had the worst group mates ever, bro. They didn't know how to measure. They didn't know how to cut. All they did was stand there and look at me doing everything. And I said, I'm not doing this. So I left the class. I go the second time, and I was like, all right, I'm coming more prepared. I'm going to make sure I get people that do know how to measure or cut wood or paper or whatever. And I was like, wait, I need to make some changes as well. Like the first time I took it, I didn't take notes, and I failed the midterm. All right, I'm going to start taking notes. This man starts accusing me of doing other homework in that class. And I told him, I was like, no, I was doing notes. I was taking notes in your class because last year I didn't do it. I was making a change. He was like, I don't believe you. And then he takes points out.
Why?
And I told him, I was like, I was taking notes, and I told you. I even have them on me right now to show you. He was like, nah, I don't need you. I don't need you to show me anything.
That's fake. You made it up on the spot.
They're probably
It just
from last year.
magically appeared.
How are you going to take notes on something I'm teaching right now? That doesn't make sense.
Should have
Then
done it.
then he gave us a homework assignment, and he gave us an example on a digital example, but he never put it like it is required to use the digital example or for it to be digital. So I did it all on paper. He gave us a fucking F on it. He was like, "Yeah, I gave you a digital copy so you can use it." I was like, "Not once in the directions does it say that we need to." And I was like, "You know what? I'm done with this." He's not even like helping us, like wanting to become an engineer. He's like pushing us away. Like he's good to teach you as an engineer, like if you're in the work field. But as a teacher, he is not a good teacher. Now, my favorite class, I would have to say, what was the name of the class? Me and Ben took it together in super senior year, I believe. It was like
Science and technology.
yeah, that class was hilarious, bro. That man gave no fucks what he said. He said everything that was up in his mind, and then I don't know what he was talking about.
Did he teach in Steam?
Nah, his office was in Steam.
Oh,
But I remember he was like, I really don't know what to teach y'all. They just put me in here, and if any of y'all know what I need to teach, please tell me. If not, you basically pass the class.
Hmm.
And that's pretty much it. Yeah.
really? All right. Well, let's see. My least favorite, college-wise, damn, it's gonna have to be Calc 2, without a doubt. Bro, I hated that class. I had to take that class 3 times before I eventually passed that bitch. And teacher was from New England, or I think Boston, I think he said. All y'all from the north, y'all got weird accents. I don't know. I don't know how y'all understand each other. But this man, he would expect us to read the like textbook of like the math, and then come to class, and then he starts writing stuff. He's just the worst handwriting I've ever seen on this planet. And then he gives out tests like every 2 weeks. And yeah, I failed it twice. Finally passed it a third time. And so that's definitely my worst class. That's where I got my first like failing grade. Like I think the first time I failed it was like a 50.
Damn.
Like it was really bad.
Sheesh.
And going I mentioned this earlier, but my favorite class was drafting, which was actually taught by the same dude that Juan Swears was out to fail. Juan Swears up and down that this man had a grudge against him, but he was a pretty cool teacher.
I hate that teacher.
He was a pretty cool teacher to me. He always like helped me out whenever I had questions.
Was that the dude that kicked us out of Steam?
Yep.
Blocky Suit.
I guess I don't know.
Or are we talking about wait, do y'all know who Tech 9 is?
No.
No? Look him up real quick. But Tech 9's a rapper. For everyone else who doesn't know. Are you talking about him? Are you talking about the teacher that looks like him?
Yeah.
No. He's pretty cool though. On our YouTube video, we'll put up a picture of Tech 9 just so y'all get an idea. I'm not gonna call out
Why
his
does
name.
he look so similar?
Bro, he has a picture of Tech 9 posted on his door, like on his office.
Oh
Wow.
no. Oh no.
So he's my favorite teacher overall because he was always like giving me notes and tips about the engineering field and stuff. But the class was taught by the dude who failed one like 2 times or whatever. And I liked it because it was like my first time using the computer to design like a lot of things. Like I designed a car, and I don't know if I ever showed y'all that, but I designed a car and like a bunch of stuff based off of like measurements, and it was my first time like really diving into like the engineering major. And so for me, that was like, I was like, I want to do this. And I finally cemented the idea of me being an engineer.
Dang. No, I don't think you should have said car design.
No,
But
I will put it in the YouTube video.
Oh yeah, la mamalona.
my worst the community college class that I did not like was biology 111 because
I heard that was I heard
dude
that was rough.
I was not failing, but I was getting a C, and it was actually my first community college C. And I told them, I was like, yo, I'm not gonna be able to pull this up to a B. I need to drop this class. Mind you, so many other people were dropping it. Like, they were perfectly fine with it. I go, and like people after me dropped it too. I go to drop it, and basically the vice principal, person who basically ran the school, she denied it. She was like, I believe you can pull it up. I was like, there's no way. Like, there's actually no way. Like, I did the calculations and everything, and I had the ace everything after that. So I got a C in the class, and that was my first community college C. And then that's mainly the reason why I don't like it, because they denied me. But my favorite community college class is either a tie with science and technology, because that teacher was pretty cool. He was really chill. I remember one class period he was talking about getting high off of licking frogs.
He did
then,
what?
Yeah, he was talking about if you licked a frog, like certain frogs, you can get high off of them.
It was research though. He didn't do it. It was research.
Yeah, he didn't do it. He made that very clear. He was like, I've never tried this. Don't go around.
I've only heard.
I've
only heard and I've only read.
But it was actually really funny. There's other things that he did. It was like the first time that course was offered, so he was kind of like, we were his guinea pigs, but he was also making it to where it wasn't too stressful to the class. And then Professor G with philosophical issues was probably my other tied for my favorite class, because that class was ethics and philosophy. I'd have to say is probably one of my favorite subjects besides history, because like, I don't know, you just really get to thinking, and that really, it fucks you up, bro.
I know you're not used to thinking, bro, but
Bro, shut up. All right, I'm a philosophy minor. Come at me.
if you say so.
That's how you roll. All right, now Noah.
Y'all could probably guess this one as well. Hey, bro, straight up, fuck sociology, dog.
Oh my god, yeah.
I failed that class 3 damn times.
I get that, bro. I understand completely.
Never again.
It's an online course.
Yeah.
I took it 3 times and still managed to fail, despite having the test answers starting from the first one.
Oh my god.
Bro, what?
You know why I
don't think
failed?
that's the class problem, bro. I don't think there's a problem with the class at that rate.
The problem is my work ethic.
You didn't do anything?
No, the issue is that, at least my issue with it is it was the first time I was ever doing a full online course. I was desperately trying to adjust, and that's just not how I learn. I am terrible. I've discovered over the years that I am absolutely terrible at doing strictly online. So, yeah, I'm just terrible with that because I can't force myself to do the schoolwork. So, in that situation, what ended up happening is, though, it's one thing when you understand that it's entirely your fault. I'm saying this 100%. As much fault as I take for the second failure. The first and third ones were not my fault.
I don't know. I think everything after the first one is your fault. Especially if you had the text answer.
No, they actually changed the text in the third class and didn't tell anyone, so half the class ended up failing. because they didn't have the correct textbook. Because they updated the text and didn't tell anyone and didn't post anything about it. So then she was asking for test grades from the assessments that were in the textbook. But because it's a different textbook, there are different answers for different questions, and it's all mixed around. So half the class was failing strictly because they had the wrong version of the textbook. And then the first one I failed because I submitted a paper in the wrong format. Despite her not putting any kind of emphasis on the type of writing she wanted, I just assumed it would be MLA. No, apparently I was supposed to make the assumption that, God, why don't you always write in APA? Because everyone writes in APA. And then she tried to use this other random one where it's like a mix of
Chicago?
APA and something else. Yeah, Chicago.
Yeah, dude, history majors.
What the fuck are you doing with Chicago
I
style?
hate Chicago, man.
What is the
That's
difference?
all I write in now.
Dog,
Facts, what
there's
is the
no
difference?
difference. I see no
Um,
difference in APA and Chicago aside from the fact
So-
that literally one is named after borderline a wartime country, and the other one just isn't good for anything aside from
I'll go
science.
like that.
Freaking so Chicago style is at least at state compared to ECEA and the community college. It's actually very different. Like in Chicago, you have to use footnotes for literally everything. Like if you cite one simple thing, you have to put a footnote down. And
That sounds annoying.
it is. It's very annoying. Especially like because I use videos and stuff because we have to like watch films or watch like our teacher talking and stuff like that. So I'd have to put a timestamp in, have to like put the timestamp in, I put the subscript in, so then the footnote's created. And it's just whack because like at the end of it, you still have to reach the paper, like the word limit and stuff like that. But if you've cited a bunch of things, like a quarter of your paper, like one page, is gonna be just footnotes. It's I hate it.
What the hell?
That's wild. But
I
no,
don't think I've written
basically,
an essay in a while.
dog, I just gave up at that point. I'm just like, dog, I have no idea what Chicago style is. And she'd take off not like a simple 10 points like a normal human being would. You know what she did?
What you do?
Half credit if you didn't cite your sources
Oh,
correctly and use the correct format. Half credit. I got a 37 on my first paper. That was worth 15% of my grade.
L. F.
At that point, I decided that the class was not worth it, but I continued. Because I was a coward and didn't want to try to drop the class.
That was your first mistake.
That was my first mistake, not being confident enough to drop a class. But yeah, so I didn't drop it and failed it. And then I took it again the next semester and failed it. And I took it a third time. And I think I got a D in it.
You did. I remember because you were happy about it.
I was so happy. I'm not doing this
I
anymore.
also got a D in
Facts, we celebrated because we
yeah.
passed on a legality.
Yeah. Exactly. But oh, snap. I think that means I think I have to take Calc 3 still.
Yeah, you do.
But
You're not done with calculus yet, boy.
because it didn't transfer, but I did complete it.
You, in a technicality,
I
you
already
did
did
pass it.
Hold on. I did it last semester.
Oh yeah, you did. You did,
I did. I passed it with a B this time around.
and you were
Nice.
happy.
It was.
But then the other classes you weren't.
I had to drop physics, bro. Physics 2 is god awful. Probably
Yeah.
another one. If we're talking about current now, because we did say we were gonna do current, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't know
so,
how we're gonna do time wise for that.
so I'll just skim over the currents, and considering we don't really have too many current classes, we've only been in college for 2 semesters.
Yeah.
My worst is physics 2. I had to drop it this I took it last semester, so that was my second attempt because I got a D on it in my last semester at ECA, so it didn't transfer, but I still need to do it.
Mhm.
And so I had to drop it last semester because I took a whopping like 16 or 17 credits, and that was my first mistake. And so I dropped it. I ended up doing the lab because the lab and the class were offered separately. So I passed the lab, but there was like absolutely nothing I could do to raise my grade for physics 2. I was at like a 30. So I ended up dropping it. And then if we're gonna go favorite, it'll have to be either Calc 3 or my economics class. I complain about the content, but my teacher's pretty funny. But yeah, those are my two.
So my least favorite would be my history seminar class, because we had to write a 12-page paper on like primary sources and stuff, and I had to do like Maria Theresa and like Frederick the Great and the Austrian succession. And I was about to write this bomb ass paper. I was gonna shake the history world up, bro. I was gonna claim that the War of Austrian Succession could actually be looked at as like the First World War, because like it literally could be, because the only country that I couldn't find that played a part was Africa.
Ben, that's not a country.
I mean continent. The only continent was Africa. But literally every other continent except for Antarctica, of course, participated in the war. And like there's battles everywhere. Everybody was like involved in it. It was actually the first war that like American troops went to overseas. And yeah, like I was gonna shake the history world up, bro. It was gonna be an amazing paper, especially for like a sophomore paper, I guess, even though it was a junior technically. And my teacher turned it down. They're like, "No, you can't write about that topic." I was like, "Why?" And she didn't give me a good answer. She was just like, "I don't want you to." So I had to write a 12-page paper about something else that like she made me do with those same sources. And I just didn't like that. But my favorite is actually ancient philosophy that I'm taking right now with Professor Puryear. The man's funny. He's actually really funny. He's a good teacher. I would highly recommend taking his class if anybody goes to state and wants to take a philosophy class. But yeah.
Alright, I guess my worst class for me is statistics. That's what I took last semester, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Cause this teacher, man, she was like, "You don't need the textbook."
I remember. Yeah.
You don't need the textbook, but you need the textbook.
Hello,
But I'm not gonna the same shit every single time she started the class. Hello, everyone. How was your weekend? And then she's like, "Does anyone have any questions?"
Silence.
No one answers or anything. But then whenever someone had a question, I do not see that. Where do you see that? I did not say that. And then she gave out a quiz. And then we're asking like for the answers because we've already taken it. We're just like, what was the right answer?
Mm-hmm.
She's like, why do I need to give you the answer? And we're like, because you're about to give us our final exam, and everyone in the class has literally told you, we don't understand this part of like the exam, the quiz, or whatever. You just don't help us at all. But why do I need to help you? She basically said that. Why do I need to help y'all? I'm just teaching y'all. That class was just boring, bro. I couldn't take it.
It's like, fend for yourself, bro.
Then
like I can't.
My favorite class currently it's intro to policing. That class I'm actually learning a lot. It's
How to beat
About-
civilians?
no, not yet.
Not not yet.
I'm playing. But I'm learning like the process and
Pretty
the
cop.
type of issues that I might encounter, and it's pretty interesting so far. So if y'all see me in the street, please don't shoot me.
Why would you get shot?
I'd shoot him.
You'd shoot him?
Exactly.
Why wouldn't Juan get shot? It's a better question.
Oh, that
Thanks.
is true.
Want to try
Yeah.
to get in a fight with someone? I can see it happening.
Yeah, I can see it happening now that I think about it.
Want to be like, I can see Juan trying to fight an old woman.
Oh my god.
Bro, this dude showed me. This dude was introduced me to a show today, bro, and in like the first 5 minutes, it was the main character just.
No, I'm not. I'm just gonna say something else that you can just edit out. But I just shared it with the link for the podcast because he said he was gonna get on tonight, and I was like, all right, not right now though. We're recording our podcast.
Oh, alright. We'll leave that. We'll just leave that in. I'll just edit out his name.
No, I'm saying like it doesn't need to be in the podcast at all. Like that was
Oh,
just something I was gonna tell you guys.
Well, I don't feel like editing it out, Ben.
Bruh, it's gonna be a big chunk. That's why I said it right now.
Literally, you just could have texted.
Now you're making it
Alright.
longer, so now I don't want to edit it out.
All right, Noah, what's your college class?
Well, for obvious reasons. Man, fuck poetry. Ain't no one like poetry.
Oh my god.
I concur.
I'm an English major, and I just like I look at poetry, but specifically contemporary poetry, because that's what this class is about. Because it can't be regular poetry like everyone else. No, we got to be special and call it contemporary poetry, because every single one of them is about war and suffering, and then occasionally talks about fruit. That is literally the entirety of this class.
That's why.
Sometimes.
War, suffering, and fruit.
There is a whole poem that is literally doing nothing but talking about pears.
Wild.
And we sat there for a whole hour and a half long period and dissected this poem that is like 20 lines that talks about the appearance of pears and about why pears are relevant in today's world. Like they suddenly stopped existing. Look at this, like straight up, like my teacher hit us with, so do you understand how the suppleness of the skin of a pear relates directly to the suppleness of the human soul? And I'm like, what?
What?
What do pears have to do with my soul?
In what?
Man, these private Christian colleges are getting kind of nutty, not gonna lie.
Oh my.
If you don't
What about your favorite one?
If you don't believe in the Jesus pair, you're suddenly condemned to hell, but whatever. And then favorite one? Honestly, probably my special education class. It's something I discussed with Ben actually a little bit earlier today. I'm thinking about potentially changing my major to focusing specifically special education instead of English.
Really?
Like still maybe at like a high school level I'd like to teach English, but also special education is something that actually now that I'm kind of really taking interest in, because I'm learning like the logistics of the overall system and how that works, as well as how kids are impacted differently by it, and as well as how the individuality of each kid and their concurrent disability and how that relates to how they interact with different people in different classroom settings, stuff like that. So it's honestly really interesting and something that's kind of, I'm taking an interest in it, definitely. But I think it's more so, as wrong as this sounds, I don't want to go into special education if I feel like I'm doing it for the wrong reasons. Because while the topic interests me, I don't want to go into special education and try to help these kids without it being like, damn, whatever's wrong with you is really interesting.
Oh my god.
And that's the only reason I'd be into it. And it's kind of like, it's offensive to them. It's wrong of me and just feels morally incorrect. But overall, the class is super interesting. And I think, honestly, that's part of the reason I'm even considering it. Because I like the idea of being able to help people in general. That's always kind of been something. That's what led me to being an education major in the first place. So it's kind of like, why not help people as opposed to just, damn, read this poem, look at the suppleness of the pear, and that be my entire class.
How does the color of this pear relate to our society today?
How does light yellow green, the color of the crayon that no one, therefore making pears irrelevant? But yeah, just definitely a special education class. That class is, and the teacher is phenomenal. She literally brings candy every single class and just randomly hands it out. She has like gallon-sized bags of Mr. Good bars, like the little bite ones, just chilling on her desk. And she's like, she literally is like, even in the middle of talking, if you genuinely believe that you need a snack, come up and get one.
Yeah, that's pretty dope. That's actually pretty dope.
Yeah, and she'll do that. She's super chill and super overall kind of lenient when it comes to understanding that students have lives. So it's less so about the class and more so about the teacher. Teacher is phenomenal. I'll give credit where it's due. She's excellent at what she does.
All right, what about your favorite class?
I just talked about it.
He just talked about
You literally just said it.
rock. Oh my god.
Oh my
Fucking
god.
Neanderthal, bro.
You brainless piece of shit.
All right, what about your so as mentioned before, one of the projects that we did in English for was a story. It was a very interesting project because our friend Dylan insisted on being Goku in this.
That project was over the top. Now that I look back on it,
The project
It
was
was
lit.
actually a really good topic. I mean, not topic, project, because we
Fun.
had like a great cover for the book too,
Facts.
and but
we
yeah,
still
he
gotta
insisted on him being Goku, and I can't remember what was the time period that we placed this in.
It was like Victorian England.
Yeah, we like it dealt with mobs and stuff like
it
that.
was the
Yeah, that's what it was.
Prohibition era. It was Prohibition era.
Yeah,
Yeah, like 20s, 30s.
and this man was like, "I want to be Goku. I'm not helping out unless I'm Goku."
He got jumped in an alleyway.
And so we settled it. We made an agreement with him. We're like, if you beat us in a coin toss, you have to beat all of us in a coin toss. And if you do that, then you can be Goku. And this man
Won
went
5
went to beat all of us.
What the fuck?
And we had to make him Goku because we had to live up to our word.
Yep.
So here Goku was. The Prohibition era in a book.
It was
So-
4 of us, right?
Yeah,
Was
it was
there-
4 of us.
It wasn't
Yeah.
a fifth, right?
This is the first
Yeah.
time I'm hearing this.
Yeah, it was wild. And then we went to we tried to go to a Sheetz and see if we can
Oh,
afford him
I remember
powering
that.
up in a
We
Sheetz.
did. We did all right.
And they we asked them first. That was a mistake. We asked them if they would allow it, and they were like no. So then we walked to a speedway. Didn't even ask him. He just walked in, powered up, took a clip of it, and then walked out like nothing happened.
I mean, no, not walked out like nothing happened. My
We
man's
did run.
Ran back to
Yeah,
campus.
we ran back to campus.
We didn't even run back to campus. We ran to the Waffle House right across from.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I was
Yeah,
not
that-
there for
Crazy shit.
That project did turn out to be really good, but a
Yeah.
more memorable project for me. I can't remember what the project actually was, but all I know is that we had to do like drawings on a paper to like fit the topic of
It was like the themes of some like Arthurian stories, like epic. I think it was dealing with epics and everything. So we were talking about like
Yeah.
King Arthur and that whole thing. But we were
That's why I
talking.
think English
But it
classes
wasn't
are
King
the
Arthur.
worst.
But it wasn't King Arthur. It was.
What was that movie we watched?
No, it wasn't even the movie. What is it called? It's with Grendel. Beowulf.
Beowulf.
Beowulf, yeah. We had to do themes about Beowulf and like
Oh.
characters and stuff like that. And I had an idea. I was like, yo, I'm gonna draw a dragon. And so I'm terrible. I have no artistic skill at all. Like at all. So I pulled up a picture of a dragon on my phone. And I tried to like draw it as I was looking at it. And the dragon turned out to be pretty dumb looking. So I made a joke since it looked like a stupid dragon. I was like, let's just call
Oh, it
this a
looked like you.
Dargan.
Just call it a Dargan.
I was like, let's call it a Dargan because it's not really a dragon at all.
It's a stupid cousin.
It was just a very
Oh my
large.
God.
I don't know what it was. It was just a very large head with a whole lot of teeth and very.
Like,
like
a small arm.
arms
It wasn't even a wing. It was an arm.
Oh my god. It had like a snake tongue, a dumbass face, and two little tiny arms that were not proportionate to the body.
Sounds like some-
They've been over draw.
I actually expanded on it and made it look even worse.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Didn't they try to fix it? We're like, we
yeah, I
should
did try to fix it, and then it just fell apart.
There was
We
no
wanted to make
fixing
the
it.
body proportional, and they started adding body parts, and it just slowly got worse.
Yeah,
We've got to have.
That was
We
my
got-
highlight of English 4.
If you still have a photo of it, we got to upload that.
Yeah, we'll put it in the YouTube video.
Yeah, it'll be on the YouTube.
But moving on to our next topic. What is your top 5 favorite band or artist?
All right, I'll go first.
Oh god.
Blueberries.
No,
A corn cake.
No, number one. Like, all right, with rappers.
Number one, Eminem.
Number one, no.
Oh, wait.
Gambino. Childish Gambino's number 1. Number 2 would be Jaden Smith, and then number 3 would be
Oh,
probably
going off
21
all
Savage.
time. We're not doing.
I know, but I'm just gonna say that. Of all time, Childish Gambino is probably still number 1,
You are tough,
and
You are
then
man.
Childish Gambino is number 1. Number 2, it would probably be Queen. Number 3 would probably be Jaden. Number 4, probably Red Hot Chili Peppers.
My man.
And then number 5 would be Of Monsters and Men.
That's
And,
another solid one.
Number 1, so Childish Gambino's like he's my favorite rapper. Like that man can pretty much do anything he sets his mind to. He's a director, he's a writer, he raps, sings, that man can do anything, pretty much. And like his songs are like really nice actually. Like
Vibes.
yeah, like they really are. And for my birthday actually, my girlfriend got me a vinyl of him because I have a record player. It's because of the Internet album, which is
nice.
probably one of his best albums
Yeah.
that he's made. And to go off of that, I have to go back to episode 1 here real quick, and I have to disagree with what Noah said about dating in the workplace because I actually met my girlfriend while we were working together. And yeah, like so last year before all this chaos started, for my birthday, she actually bought 2 concerts, like tickets for 2 concerts that we were gonna go to and stuff. And unfortunately we couldn't go because COVID hit and everything. But we are gonna go to a concert this year, and I'm really looking forward to that concert.
Nice.
But yeah, those are my top 5
But I have
Bands
yet
and
to
artists.
go to a concert. All right. I'll go. My top artist for me is J. Cole. I grew up listening to a lot of J. Cole. So definitely number one. Number two, it sounds a little, I guess, generic, but that's because Drake don't miss. Drake's making
Marvin's
hits.
Room. That man Ernesto listened to Marvin's Room so many times.
Drake has been making hits since I've been alive, man. I can't deny that. So I grew up listening to him a lot. I think my third place is probably the most recent one I've kind of started listening to. Well, yeah, most recent, but like I've been listening to him for a while now. Bad Bunny. Definitely fuck with his music. I used to hate on reggaeton like a
With a
while ago.
passion.
Like I used to hate on it. I said I would never listen to it, but then I started listening to a couple of Bad Bunny songs and it got me into the genre. So I actually fuck with reggaeton heavily now. And then 4 and 5, who would that be? Damn, I don't know who to go with. Oh, I think my fourth place would have to be Amine.
Really, at 4?
Yeah.
I would have thought he'd be higher on your list. Not gonna lie.
Oh, like I said, J. Cole, Drake are like legends to me.
Yeah, that is true.
And then I listen to Bad Bunny's music a lot more than Amine's, but I have known Amine as an artist much longer than Bad Bunny.
I remember whenever his first song came out, Caroline.
Yeah, Caroline.
We listened to that like all the time, and then you listened to more of his songs. You kept trying to put us on him, like telling us that his other songs really hit too.
Yeah, they really do. And then for a fifth, damn, I think I might have to go with. Ooh. Damn,
Remember, it can be any genre.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm looking at my Spotify playlist right now.
Can't remember.
To get an idea because I listen to a lot of different genres of music, so it's kind of hard.
Why don't you go back to your 2020 remix thing or whatever Spotify puts out? I can't remember what they call it.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Review.
Yeah, I don't feel like looking for it. But is it here? Damn.
All right. Well, while you're thinking, I got to give notable mentions to J. Cole as well. Also, A$AP Rocky. Cage the Elephant.
Am I feeling toxic or not?
Elton John.
What the fuck?
Damn.
Kid
Fuck it.
Cudi.
Future. Future's my fifth spot. Mainly because I don't know who else to put, but Future's my fifth spot. Only because I've been having fun. Huh?
Kid Cudi.
All right. I like Kid Cudi's what was it, Man on the Moon?
Which one?
With Day and Night and Pursuit of Happiness.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna keep it real. I never listened to any of his other.
You should listen to his most recent one. That's actually a really good album. Moon 3.
I'll give it a shot. Ah, damn! But I also have Uzi. I fuck with Uzi heavily too. See what I mean? I can't come up with a top 5.
Yeah, I know. It's hard. I can come up with top 5 rappers.
And then I listen to rock, so I fuck with Guns N' Roses heavily.
Man.
Damn. There's a few.
There's a lot.
There's a lot, yeah.
Bro, just pick one. I can't believe.
There's a lot, no.
You gotta pick one
right.
as the final. One as the final. Come on, bro.
One as a final? God damn it. And
Flip
put me
a
on the spot.
3, 2, 1.
Fuck it. Yeah, we'll go with Uzi. Lil Uzi Vert.
All right. I guess I'll go next. Number 1 got to be Juice WRLD, bro.
You sad fuck.
These are the same.
You're not wrong, bro.
Oh my god.
Sad.
God damn.
Honestly, I did not really like the last album that he put out for him. I didn't really vibe with that one.
That sounds pretty
Oh.
racist of you, Ben.
But for
How?
me, why he's kind of first
He
one,
said.
really? What the fuck?
How's that racist?
Continue, Juan.
Number one reason why he's number one is because I mean, I'm always sad, so he's. I mean, I guess you can listen to him and you can either lighten up the mood or it's just a perfect car ride vibe to listen to.
If you want to be sad, just listen to old Drake.
Marvin's Room 24/7 right there.
Fun fact: Juan was listening to Lucid Dreams like an hour ago before we started recording.
My man was ready. He knew what his top 5 were going to be, and he knew Juice WRLD was going to be up top.
All right, number 2, Bad Bunny. Fuck with his music. Number 3, Black Bear. Kind of the same situation with
Really?
Juice WRLD.
Yo, the new song that he just put out, Monsters with All Time Low.
Facts.
I actually really like that song. I'm not gonna lie.
That song is actually really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I just said that as my number 3. Number 4. Damn. Damn. Spotify, where you at?
Oh my god.
What I mean?
All right. Well, another notable mention I'll put out is Young Gravy.
Shut
He's
up.
got some funny ass
Oh my
music,
God.
bruh.
You listen to like most weirdest people, bro.
Bruh, I mean,
Most
it's
weird,
some
bro.
good
You can't
music.
say most weirdest.
You're right.
Hey, bruh. Hey, don't distract him. He's trying to come up with 4 and 5.
Ramon Ayala, bro. He a real one.
Oh my god.
And then last one. Come on. I gotta go with Uzi.
Para que todo.
Todo para qué?
I'm surprised.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm surprised we didn't say 21 Savage.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
that is another notable,
I don't know about
honorable
notable.
mention. Honorable.
Yeah, not notable, but honorable.
Yeah, honorable.
There's just too
All right,
many.
your
artists
turn,
out
Noah.
there.
All right.
All right.
My top 5. For me, I'm probably gonna put. So my list of 5 is actually going to consist of 6 because there are 2 that I am not deciding between. I'm putting Queen and Led Zeppelin as probably my number 1 tied.
Queen, yep.
Queen and Led Zeppelin for me. It's like there's not a day where you can't listen to their music and still be entertained.
Facts,
So
bro.
kind of like there are some days where I may get tired of like a certain genre, but there's something about Queen and Zeppelin where it's just kind of like a combination of the guitar riffs, and Freddie Mercury has the voice of God, so that kind of trumps everything else. But Led Zeppelin has some of the best guitar riffs to ever exist, so I can't choose between them. Number 2, it's actually this band that I found recently, and they kind of do a whole bunch of different genres. They're called Glass Animals.
Yo, Glass Animals is such a fucking good band. I completely agree with that.
I only found them recently just because off of someone else's recommendation. And
Glass Animals is a solid band.
Glass Animals is really solid. I'm probably going to put them as my number 2, definitely.
Okay.
But there's another band that is very similar to them called AJR.
That's actually... I'm sorry I keep interrupting you, but that's actually one of the concerts I was going to go see last year.
Yeah. For me, of course, everyone recognizes them for that one hit that they put out. But for me, at least, I enjoyed the majority of the rest of the album, if I'm being honest, more so than just that. And a lot of their music, I just like the fact that a lot of it feels very homemade and feels original, as opposed to a lot of overhyped and overproduced music. So enjoyed that aspect of it. Number 4, I'm going to give it to J. Cole, the GOAT. easily my favorite rapper, and also the only rapper on this list.
You trash me for liking J. Cole.
You can't put out fire with trash.
Yep.
Wasn't
You
that
think
like
I forgot?
sophomore year?
You
That was
think I
a
forgot?
run,
You think I
Ernesto.
forgot?
Simply to draw rage. You can be
You think I
quiet.
forgot, dog? Nah.
All right. Fifth.
It was only to irritate you, Ernesto, as you very well know. You can't diss a man that went double platinum with no features.
All right, if he says so. Okay. Number 5.
Number 5. Honestly, number 5 is probably going to be anything but country music. That is going to be my final word, because I'm in the same boat that Ernesto is in. I listen to a wide variety of genres of music, and it's kind of like I can't pick specific genres to stick in, because there's some days where it's like I'm enjoying listening to like classical, and then there are other days where it's kind of just like I will listen to like techno synth or some general random shit like that. And it honestly just depends on the mood I'm in and whether or not I'm awake enough to actually be listening to what's being said. So, however, country music is the equivalent of potentially going brain dead with a banjo in your hand. That is how I attribute it.
Oh my god.
Like, straight up, there's only 4 topics you could potentially sing about in country: trucks, guns,
Getting drunk?
women, and alcohol.
Nice.
That's it. That's all there is.
That's all
There's
you
nothing.
need. That's all you need in life, Noah. Come on now. Trucks,
The alcohol,
women,
and that's
and
not abundantly clear.
Huh?
If you drink enough,
I have to concur with Noah.
I'm just saying. I'm playing the devil's advocate here. I in no way condone country music. I actually hate it.
Yeah, it's there's a few songs that I can I
No.
kind of like, but
you better stop.
overall, like most of the songs, it's just not my cup of tea. I'll say that. Like
Some of them are kind
I
of
can
repetitive.
understand. Yeah, I can understand why some people like it and stuff, but personally, for me, I think it just shouldn't exist.
I think
I
the
don't
world
know.
would very much be not better off, but like I don't think it would
Yes.
have an effect if country music just ceased to
It
exist.
would no, I wouldn't say that. It would definitely have an effect because like so many people like country.
No, everyone just play more bluegrass, because bluegrass is literally the better looking
No,
country music.
no, I could probably say I hate. No, I wouldn't say I hate bluegrass worse. They're kind of equal for me because
I don't know the difference.
of the state fair, like the bluegrass area. My dad would always take us there and like force us to listen to it. It's just garbage, man. I did not. Like it.
It's because you haven't listened to good bluegrass. That is the difference. As someone who grew up in Kansas, there's a very wide difference between good bluegrass and decent country music.
Isn't there only wheat over there though?
Bluegrass.
No grass at all.
What's
Just
bluegrass?
There's no bluegrass. There's only yellow grass and dead grass and green grass, and that's it.
And the Dust Bowl. Dust.
And a
from
bunch of
Iowa.
insects.
That's kind of wild to think about, actually. That a ball of dust really killed like everyone. There's no one left in the Midwest now. After the Dust Bowl, everyone died. It's like a big sandbox.
I'm pretty sure the Midwest is like a myth. I don't think that area actually exists. It's kind of like the moon
Yeah,
landing.
no. Where are you actually from?
Yeah, no, like you can stop playing now. You know, we've been
From
friends
the
for like 5 years.
state of Canada.
You're from Canada?
Canada doesn't exist either.
Facts. Only the US.
What are you talking about? The whole world is the United States.
No, it's only the United States, Russia, and then China. That's it.
Then I'm from Russia. Wait, I probably shouldn't say that on recording, should I?
You said
putting
he's from Russia.
now.
I'll listen to whatever you said. and determine whether or not it should be edited.
Oh, I'm fine with it being left in. Odds are I probably won't be attacked.
I
Who
don't know.
knows?
We gotta be careful with the commie jokes
It wasn't.
Unless you're watching Deadpool.
for our personal safety and potential employers in the future. Should really be careful with that.
Facts, because Juan, aren't you going for like a cop?
I haven't said
or like
anything, bro.
detective.
I haven't said anything.
We love capitalism here on this podcast.
What?
They're gonna hear this
I repeat.
podcast, and then the Red Scare 2 is gonna happen to Juan.
I repeat, capitalism is the best thing to ever exist.
Oh my god.
If you say so.
That doesn't sound very American of you, Ben.
Bro, honestly, if I could live anywhere else in the world,
It'd be the Middle East.
if I would be able to choose where I would live, it would definitely be Switzerland over the US.
Well, yeah. Or the slopes, bro. Them 6 slopes.
That is not why, but yes.
Jesus. All right. Well, we're running on almost an hour and a half now. So, like we said, we're gonna try and keep these a little bit shorter. Makes the editing process a lot easier as well.
Shorter, I guess.
What was that? Say it
A
again.
little bit shorter, but it's even longer than the last one.
Well, once we cut it down, it'll be in between. Believe it or not,
we did have like 20 minutes of
facts.
us trying
20
to
minutes.
get everything straight.
Yeah,
So,
We gotta make sure we keep everything safe though.
yeah. So recording wise, we're like way over the limit, but the final product will definitely be shorter.
yeah.
All right, well, go ahead and close this out, Ernesto.
I'm not closing it out. Juan introed. Juan gets to close.
Oh. Alright,
Yeah.
well, before ending this podcast, if this is your first time listening to it, please follow us on Instagram at broke_boi_podcast 16. Boy is with an I, not a Y. And if this isn't your first time, thank you for tuning in again. Thank you for listening to all of us, and hope you listen to the next podcast. This is the Broke Boi Podcast. Thank you for tuning in.
The Broke Boi Podcast. Yeah.
We gotta have one of those.
Broke Boi Podcast.
The Broke Boi Podcast. But yep, you've been tuned in to the Broke Boi Podcast.
Have a good night.
We'll catch y'all later.